What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a long-awaited episode of Guys Talk About Rap. And these guys just happen to be Asian.
And we got an iPad. Woo! If you guys are unfamiliar with this series, basically this is when the Fung Bros, David and Andrew, along with Richie Lee, talk about rap. We happen to be Asian guys, but we grew up with it. We grew up listening to hip hop. We're really into it. We keep up with it, and we even do a little bit ourselves.
Rich, you still rap?
Not really.
But you got it in you.
I got it in me.
You still got bars.
Trust me, don't make me.
Don't make him come out of the woodworks.
So usually in these videos, we talk about like a lot of American mainstream rappers. But today, we are gonna be talking about not just Asian rappers, but rappers from Asia. Because, you know, we like to keep up with the international scene. And, you know, a lot of people are popping out of Korea, Japan, even a lot of other countries too.
And actually, since the very first Asian Guys Talk About Rap, people have been asking us to do an Asia edition.
You guys have never done this.
We have never done an Asia edition of this.
That's crazy. A lot of people don't know the Fung Brothers actually really keep up with the Asian rappers, man. All the way from Asia.
In Asia, we're gonna talk about Asian American rappers rapping in English that are born in America.
Let's talk about America first. All right. In America, Asian rappers that we haven't mentioned before, we gotta give a shout out to this guy. He reigns from San Diego. He's Laotian, Heartbreaker.
We making moves, I got room for you on the bandwagon. My homies down to ride, even if I am crashing.
I'm a fan. I think he's dope.
He has his own thing going on in San Diego, and I think that's really cool. He didn't get any boost from being like part of that Asian rap scene back a few years ago. He has a lot of he kind of looks like a more Asian Tyga. You take Tyga's part Asian.
Well, you're saying a full Asian Tyga.
Full Asian Tyga. I hope he takes that as a compliment. I mean that.
Good at kind of making the tracks for the ladies, and he's also good at like the hood stuff too, which is pretty rare to find that combination.
To me, he represents a very Asian style of rap, but he's kind of like an evolution of it.
I feel like growing up, our reference for Asian rappers, they always had like something missing. Like they weren't like in tune with what was hot at the time. His latest track, he just sampled Panda, and that just shows you he's in tune with like mainstream rap.
He's not living in his own world.
Yeah.
We gotta mention he can sing too. That's huge because a lot of Asian rappers can only just rap. Of course, we got Pride, D Pride.
D Pride, very industry.
D Pride makes songs that sounded like every hot rapper.
I think he has the most malleable flow. Yeah. Unlike Heartbreaker, I don't know if the background is there to back it up, and also the voice is a little bit, I guess, like nerdy sounding. You know what I mean? I don't see the street cred or anything.
Do you think being from Canada hurts him?
And by the way, Drake is Canadian, but he is half American. It's different.
He grew up partially in Memphis.
I think there's always gonna be like one element of him that's kind of missing that people can just kind of tell. I'll give it to Pride though. He does have some tracks that are pretty hot.
He can rap his ass off.
Yeah, I feel like just pure, he can sing too.
In terms of pure rapping talent.
All right, we got Timothy DeLaGhetto.
Cheese, you can call that macaroni. Booty call up on my line, I say ride up on my pony.
He's coming back into the rap game. He used to be known as Traffic, but now I believe he has made the announcement that he's going to be going under Tim DeLaGhetto. Tim always had really funny lyrics to me. I think that's his number one. He's kind of like a Ludacris.
For me personally, I've never been like the biggest fan of like comedic rap.
If you don't have crazy flow, comedic raps end up sounding a little bit more like E12.
I'll say there's a difference between funny raps and comedy raps. Comedy raps, it doesn't have to have good flow like Lonely Island or something like that. Now, this next rapper is a transition into the more Asian rappers, Dumbfounded.
Saw that battle with that Swiss guy, they gave you mad cheese. In Amsterdam, they paid you in hashish. He went from Ukraine to Spain just this last week. Damn, Chief, you're battling any international backstreet for a flat fee. You're like the real life Zangief.
Right, because Dumbfounded does a lot of tracks with rappers from Asia. He also raps in Korean sometimes a little bit, but mostly known for battles.
Yes.
Shout out to Dumbfounded, we know him.
He recently had that one track, Safe.
Woman OJ was acquitted, Kim K is a hero. The sky is the limit, any minute now they gon' let a nation brother get a lead role.
It was talking about whitewashing in Hollywood. I thought that was like one of his last meaningful tracks.
Video is crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
That video
was,
is?
yo.
He had a video that's more similar to like Keith Ape in English, Harambe. Yeah. Very psychedelic trap, like yelling like, Harambe!
Yeah.
They're trying to get me out. Harambe!
That Irish no luck with Clovis. They trying to take me out like Harambe. I take a tranquilizer on a Monday.
You can't be mad. I mean, like, you know, the internet loves Harambe. I feel like Dumbfounded, I always saw him as like a rapper kind of like amongst the people. He's always collaborating with like the lower tier rappers and stuff, and shows he's not too above that.
Dumb, to me, is the most lyrical, technical Asian American rapper I personally have ever seen. That's the thing about Asian rap, Asian American rap in general. Like I said, it's like the people who can master the technical aspects of it and sort of like the 4 elements. You know, they not really from the streets. And then you had street rappers who really had a really very true urban story, but didn't necessarily have the lyricism. And it was kind of, you always just been fluctuating between these two polar ends of the spectrum.
To hit on all, you know, pillars that you were talking about is super rare. Even with Drake, how talented he is, he's still missing a little bit, which is his street cred.
Yeah.
Right. And that always gets, you know, questioned. But with the Asian rapper, there's not one Asian rapper that we've seen that has, like, you know, hitting on all of them.
Let's get into rappers from Asia.
Specifically, I think you have to lead off with Korea.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're talking about K-pop, K-rap, K-dramas. Over the past 7 years, has absolutely dominated Asia in terms of media.
Let's just name off some rappers from Korea right now that are kind of making waves on the internet. Keith 8 with Ichima.
On the water swap.
Occasion, K Supreme, Brian Chase. These are all guys, these guys are like part of kind of the same scene.
I feel like Keith 8 too, he's had a lot of attention as far as just his image and like what he represents. People don't really know exactly who he is, so I've seen a lot of documentaries on him rather than just his music.
Yeah.
Like people are just like, who is this guy?
I think he just appeals to a very particular internet crowd of people who write blogs and people who have Tumblrs and people who are very influential in the internet realm. They really rock with him.
Quick CL from 2NE1. For those of you who don't know, she's a female Korean rapper. She was raised in Paris and Tokyo, but she's from Korea. She's trying to break into America right now.
She seems like she has like a lot of Missy Elliott influence.
Yes.
You know, a lot of fun, bubbly vibes in
I found elements of Gwen Stefani, Fergie, Charlie XCX from Boom Bap. Like it's kind of like a combination of all those plus Missy.
Can I bring up someone though, since we're on like the Korean rap? Ladies!
Oh,
how you doing?
Tell me why Crown J got a new single.
Yeah.
Just another day of 깔끔한 fly boy. How you doing? She wanna I'm not 미치는 태양.
It kind of has that more like old like trap.
All I do is win sound.
Yeah, all I do is the Southern anthem sound. That's what it
His
is.
stuff dated, man. Oh, not.
Moving on to Japan, there's this guy called Shingo too. I know that some Asian hip hop heads, they only like to listen to jazzy Asian rap because they feel like that's the only type of rap that's organic to our people. Jazzy anime rap, it is a nice, realistic point.
Makes him feel
Makes sense,
comfortable.
right?
Yeah, makes him
Asian
feel
rap over anime beats. Makes sense. Like,
Real quick, let's talk about Japan. So you talked about Shingo too, but we want to talk about the like hottest Japanese rapper right now, Ko. Ko was on Ichima. He was the last guy. And be honest, it was my favorite verse. He came in super hard.
it's bigger than Ko right now, but Ko has been viral on Facebook for years.
He had viral videos going like on Facebook, Tumblr, all that, like way back, like even GIFs too, of just his image. I think people really like his image. And
All right, we got to talk about the motherland real quick. China.
your mother.
My motherland. Our mother. You know, we got to talk about China.
Because of Chinese history, it's not really, a lot of industries not that developed.
No.
Like hip hop.
It's definitely not at the level.
It's just, it's not as good.
It's not as good. It's not as polished. But here's what I will give to the Chinese rappers though. There's this group coming out of Chengdu, which is a certain province. They actually rap in a certain, Chengdu dialect.
If you speak Cantonese or Mandarin, you would not be able to understand Chengdu dialect at all.
These rappers, they're nice though. Higher brothers.
这里面发生的大火灾，爆炸是最终结果。你们也不用再调查了，综合来肯定是我。
They're from Chengdu. They're a rap group. There's, I believe, 3 main guys.
They keep it pretty chill, right?
Nah.
More like designer. But basically, to me, a lot of it is that their dialect of Chinese that they speak allows them to make it sound tighter. You have to, in rap, it's like a very staccato, like you need a rapid fire language. Yeah. Chinese is very like, 我是你.
It's hard to rap.
It's hard to rap. It sounds like a violin. Juan's had a rap scene for a while. The previous, they had this rap song called 我爱台妹.
That's probably the most popular song in Mandarin ever, right?
MC Hot Dog to Vietnam.
We got Suboy. Suboy, you would say, is the hottest rapper out of Vietnam right now.
Đeo tai phone chơi game tự nhiên một tên nào điên. Bóp chuông sùm như cổng chiêng đang lên đầu.
I mean, the only one being talked about on an international level.
Yeah, I mean, Suboy is like, she's not necessarily known for maybe her music, but she's more of like an icon out there, figure.
I think it's because Suboy represents like a voice from the youth right now.
Yeah,
that's probably not being heard. And her music
I
probably
feel like
also
she
backs it up.
represents a fluidity of the young Vietnamese who have grown up on the internet and grown up with international influences, and they have a fluidity between the Western world and the Vietnamese world that probably the artists that the industry puts on don't really show. She could be from America and she could fit in when she comes and visits. Then she's good with her own people in the.
Yeah. Her ability to kind of like mix in with like the American crowd, and then she's always in like Europe too, is pretty impressive. Like,
What did you think of her rapping for Obama?
Một mình nhà lầu trình in giàu sang như vua chúa, giật mình sự tình thiệt ra đen đúa, mà đời vậy là hey, it's been a crazy day.
I thought it was crazy. Like, that's groundbreaking to do what you love to do in front of the president like that, live, raw, uncut. I mean,
Like, Obama cannot say he has not heard Vietnamese rap now.
Yeah, I don't-
Suboy's networking is crazy too. She's with like the biggest DJs that visit Vietnam. She like always posts pictures of her performing in front of like crowds that have like 20K.
Is there but anybody else who's big that's a Vietnamese rapper that's not her?
Andrew right
Vietnam,
here.
Andrew right
He's
hand.
basically like, I asked my little nieces and nephews, you know, they're straight from Vietnam, and they were like, he's basically like the Soulja Boy. You want Gucci, Louis, Monogram, Prince all over your music video? He's the one, all right? He has that all over.
He got a market.
And he got guns too.
Man, there's so many other people in Asia. I know there's this guy in Malaysia called Joe Flizzo.
He
So
better have a flow with that name.
yeah, and I heard he runs everything from the creative side. He got the biggest hits in Malay, all the way to the business side. He runs the label.
He is
That's
a boss.
Diddy. That's like Diddy.
No, he's like Diddy
Or-
plus J, I think, in
That's
Malaysia.
tight.
He's from a legendary rap group in Malaysia, like one of the first popping rap groups called Too Fat, but he broke off. And he actually has done some songs in English because he spends a lot of time in New York. I think Malaysia is definitely really interesting if you guys are want to check out that scene.
I just think it's really interesting and dope what they're doing out in Asia. I think the sky's the limit, especially for Singaporean rappers, because they speak native English fluency. You know, English is their first language out in Singapore, so who knows what they'll be able to do. I know there's some big guys in the Philippines too. I get a shout out to them right now just because I don't know who they
Go
are.
check them out. We'll give you guys a chance to leave in the comments of people that we missed.
Titanium.
Titanium, of course, Titanium, my favorite Thai rap.
Yo, they love rap in Thailand.
I think it's dope because the people from Titanium, they were able to venture off and bring all other elements of hip hop to Thailand. Like Way from Titanium, he opened up a bunch of barbershops.
They brought Brooklyn to Bangkok.
Yeah. All right, man, we gotta wrap this up. That was a really dope talk, man. I'm glad we got to cover international Asian rappers. I know we left a lot out. We're not experts on it. I wouldn't say we're experts, but we are interested, all right? Thank you, Richie Lee, for being here. Check out his channel. But in the comments below, guys, I think that this could be a very interesting comment section.
Let's say you're a rapper or you know
Try
of a
to get
rapper.
your music out there.
Or you have the name of an artist that you really want other people to check out. Leave the name of the artist in the comment section below. Number 2, make sure you let us know in the comment section below what are some poppin' non-Asian, non-American rappers. That could be in Latin America, that could be in Russia, wherever you're commenting from.
And number 3, most importantly, like and subscribe to this video. Check out Richie's channel. All right, everybody, I think it's clear. You know, we have a lot of things to say about rap. We hope that for the people out there, it was somewhat educational, possibly helpful. We got to share our opinions. Man, we're here at the AZM Barbershop / The Basement. Oh, you know what? And one more thing. Check out this link that we're gonna send you to the 3P mixtape that we made years ago. I don't care, let's put it out there. That was like, what, 6 years ago, 5 years ago? All right, anyways, check out all the links down below. Until next time, people, we out. Peace. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching that video. Man, shout out to Richie for being here. Man, these are conversations about rap that we have all the time about amongst each other, and I think it was really cool to put it out there. And I know that was a really long video, by the way.
But it just goes to show you when we get on this topic how much we have to say.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, even amongst themselves, have like fractions of this conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool if you disagree, agree, half agree, you know what I mean? It's all good. We're just here to spark discussion on your guys' end.
We're not saying our opinion is end all be all, that we're experts on anything, but we are interested in a bunch of stuff. So we have thought about this topic before.
And actually, I would encourage anybody that has thoughts to record it and put it out on the internet. Sometimes people are mad because, you know, it's the only voice they hear, but
Yeah, some people,
Say something wild.
Yeah.
people are like, I disagree with you. I'm like, great, make a video about it, man. Please, I hope you do. All right, watch this video right here, watch this video right here. Subscribe down below. Hope you guys like this video. Peace!